See what they can do offensively, what they can muster up. Their top line of three with Rodriguez, Canetti, and Evans. They've been leading the way this year with a combined 12 goals, but that's 12 of 21, and 21 goals scored is the lowest total in all of MLS Next Pro. They've gotten through on the backs of their defensive efforts this year, Carolina, to be sitting within striking distance of that playoff line. Now on the other side, Inter Miami 2, led by head coach Federico Higuain, have a very dynamic attack on most nights, but with some roster rotation tonight, they are devoid of some of the goals that have buoyed them all season long. Ryan Carmichael with 5 goals and 3 assists leads the way offensively, and he's flanked by a pair of wingers who have not seen all that much starting action this year. Ido Zeltzer-Zabira just makes his 2nd start of the season, and Alejandro Flores de la Paz only makes his 8th start of the season. It's a strong midfield again, though, with Montenegro, Casas, and Sunderland, 3 of the best when it comes to the midfield for Inter Miami. It'll be Carolina in their green from left to right, Inter Miami in their white from right to left. Second meeting of the season between these clubs. They last played on May 19th, a 1-1 draw after 90, which saw then Carolina winning 4-2 in the shootout. That was down in Miami. What do they have in store tonight? Heavy rains came through right before kickoff, so it'll be a slick turf tonight, and we're underway here at Truist Point in High Point, North Carolina. Glad to have you along this evening on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. I'm Joe Malfa with you for the Montenegro. After the rains just came through, now the sun streaming in, and Cole Jensen having to shield the eyes, staring directly into it as the shadows creep toward his goal. Flores de la Paz. First instance of a player slipping on the slick turf right now. It was Diaz who then left his man as he fell down. The ball played in. What a strike off the volley. Inter Miami leads 1-0. It's Alejandro Flores de la Paz getting them going. Saw Diaz, the defender, slip for Carolina. Basabe makes the most of it then as he gets in behind, wins the foot race. Just puts a good ball in the air, and that strike is to perfection for Flores de la Paz. Had to slow up his run to meet it. 3 free kicks from that near same spot now for Carolina. They went long on the first one. Other 2 times went short. Dangerous ball through here. Miscommunication between Cole Jensen and his center back Ty Barton. They were exchanging words as they passed each other by once the danger was cleared, and they still are having a conversation now. Jensen thought that Barton was going to clear it. Barton thought that Jensen was going to grab it. Nobody did. Inter Miami lives to tell the tale because nobody wearing green was there to tap it home. Ferraina. Zeltzer-Zabira for Carmichael as Lawson Sunderland centrally finds him. Sunderland turns, goes for a goal. What a moment for Lawson Sunderland. The touch, the turn, the strike, everything about it. And it is Inter Miami digging the hole deeper for Carolina Core, up 2-0 inside of 20 minutes. Sees the space he's in, turns into that space. The whip on that one to hit side netting. Alex Sutton never had a chance. And Inter Miami with a 2-0 lead. There's a reason that Lawson Sunderland has spent. All of a sudden for Inter Miami, we'll be thinking about a home playoff game perhaps, but defending this one right now, and Jensen has no issues. It's a good ball from Jacob Evans. Another quick strike here, possibly from Inter Miami after that turnover. Lawson Sunderland feeds Flores de la Paz, the 2 goal scorers on the day. Flores de la Paz looking for another, and he nearly had it. Alex Sutton was frozen to the spot. Don't know how much he saw of that ball coming through the traffic. Fortunate for Sutton and Carolina. It's wide of the near post. Have a look again. A lot of bodies in front. All he could do is watch it go by. Another free kick now for Inter Miami. You wonder if a card is going to follow. It will for Pep Casas. 3 minutes come and gone. And there is the whistle to end half number 1. Very strong showing from the visitors, Inter Miami. So we are officially in the home stretch here in MLS Next Pro. Columbus won the first title. Austin won last year's title. Who will win this year's title? We've still got a lot to sort out between now and October. We've got a lot to sort out between now and the end of this one. Inter Miami up 2-0 on the road against Carolina Court. Glad to have you along for this one on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. I'm Joe Malfa with you. There's Jason Juarez. Two changes out of the break for Carolina. We'll see Alenga Charles and Angel Aguas come off. It's Juan Pablo Rodriguez who comes on for Aguas. And the second of those two changes, we'll see David Polanco come on for Alenga Charles. Sunderland. Sesak. It's the third appearance of the season for Rodriguez as De La Paz goes for a goal. Sun makes the stop, looking long quickly. For Polanco coming off the bench, maybe he provides an offensive spark. This is his 7th appearance off the bench this season, 14 appearances in all, and he has 3 goals for Carolina this year. Sesak comes through with it. Lawson Sunderland has a man open in the box. It's Carmichael going for a goal. It deflects in. Not sure whether that was a ball to the back post from Carmichael or a shot. Either way, for Carolina, it's unluckily off of Kai Thomas and in, and Inter Miami now leads 3-0. Sunderland had his choice here, whether he wanted to go to his left for Zaltr Zubida or to his right for Carmichael. And it does look like this is a pass. To still be in a position now where they're 3 games back of the playoff line, essentially with 9 points back. And all these games coming at home, lined up by Carmichael, saved by Sutton. You can't squander home games like they have now as of late. And it may just be a sign that the steam they'd built through June and July is petering off. 5 unbeaten from mid-June to mid-July, 4 in regulation, 1 in the shootout. Picking up 14 of a possible 15 points in that stretch, but now it's 3 straight home games. Barring anything miraculous here, it's 3 straight home games with a regulation loss. On the flip side for Inter Miami, coming out of this one. They only have 2 more games left in a quiet August for them. 12 days from now, they're home against Atlanta United. A week after that, they're home against Chattanooga. So they don't have to leave home for the rest of the month. As of now, they're above the playoff line, and can they make this 4? They've got the numbers, they've got the space. Zeltzer Zubida cutting in. Zeltzer Zubida! It's the cherry on top, maybe, but they could even add to it. There's still plenty of time, and they're up 4-0. It's all Inter Miami tonight. Acres of space, and then it's just a 2v2. Joining the fray late, it's Carmichael to make it a 3v3. It's basically a small-sided game. It's why they have those small-sided games in tight spaces on the training grounds. Zeltzer Zubida, patient, gets 2 defenders to commit, opens a lane, and then he goes over to celebrate in the corner. That's how quickly you can climb. If all of a sudden Carolina were straight red behind the plate, the assistant referee noticed something. And that's just insult to injury here for Carolina. You see the assistant referee pointing on the left side of your screen there. Santi Morales leading the break. 3 goals this season in his 9 starts. Deflected through for the substitute. No, that's Carmichael rather. And Carmichael makes it 5. His 6th goal this season. Doesn't matter who's out there for Inter Miami after those wholesale changes with the substitutes. His 6th of the year. Moved his position a bit after those subs. Changed things. Coming off the left side now, Carmichael. They can create separation with games against the teams that are adjacent to them. At the end of this stretch, on September 8th, if they take care of business, we could be talking about a team that is essentially already wrapped up a playoff spot. And then the question would become, with 4 games remaining, how high can they climb, rather than will they make it? And these teams will meet one more time this season, right here in this venue on October 6th. Here's Morales. Still with it, Santi Morales. Maybe I was wrong saying that goal from Zeltzer Zubida to make it 4-0 with the cherry on top. There was still a lot of time left. They've scored a 5th since, and they're pressing for a 6th. At this point, they're on their way to a bowl full of cherries. Boy, this is gone. Over the top again. In search of Diaz, who's taking a more central role now. To the end line now. Polanco, who's been lively since coming on as well. Polanco goes for a goal, saved by Jensen, the first real save he's had to make. If there's crumbles of to help bolster the roster on any given day, even tonight, Inter Miami looking across the way, have a Lawson Sunderland come in, who started in MLS and Champions Cup this year alongside Sergio Busquets this year. It's going to take some time to build the roster and build the youth setup for Carolina Corp. Oh, and all those people involved. You know that the arrow is pointing up, and even in year 1, how well they've competed, how well they've navigated, having 12 of those first 14 games on the road, to even be in a spot right now where they're 9 points back of the playoff line with 9 games to play. That's very much in it. You can rack up points in this league quickly. Diving header, and it goes in as an own goal. Been talking about it for a while, that all Carolina needed tonight was something, some bit of positivity to carry with them into the next game. So all's not lost on this night. And getting on the board will help that endeavor. It goes in. Vancouver hosting Colorado, don't forget. And there's the final whistle for us tonight. Here from High Point, North Carolina, it's Inter Miami coming on the road and dominating from start to finish, winning it 5-1.